Welcome to round 6 of the Nationwide Tracking Systems V8 Evolution Championship. This week staying in the United Kingdom and moving just a few hours up the road from last week's reverse grid race at Silverstone, the exciting, undulating, action-packed true driver circuit of Oulton Park, with the supercars utilising the 3.6 kilometre island layout for today's 28-lap race. With the championship points battle closing up between the leading drivers after last week's reverse grid race, the pressure is on for good results in what is going to be a critical next few weeks as we move in on the halfway point of the Nationwide Tracking Systems V8 Evolution Championship. Joining me to call all the action is Ben Morris. How you going, Ben?
Mate, I'm excited. This is it's nice to still be in sunny England and watching the boys go around this track. This is going to be a really tough driver's track. It's undulating, it's bouncy, it's bumpy, it's short, and you've got to have a really good brake pedal underneath the left or right foot, depending on how you brake, to get it stopped. It should be great fun.
It's action-packed. There's no time, no rest points around the track. There's always something happening, and it's going to really sort the drivers out tonight. You're going to see the guys with the better skill. They're going to be up the front. I can guarantee that.
Yeah, it'll sort the men out from the boys, I think, and as always, lots of practice laps really help within these races, but especially here because you can be offline just a touch on some of these corners and it will push you wide into the grass, and there's not a lot of runoff. It's straight onto the slippery grass, straight into either a guardrail or the tyres.
Easy to make a mistake around this track. Very easy to make a mistake.
And the guardrails, and the old guardrails aren't very forgiving, so should be really good.
Getting very close to a start here, Ben. Do you want to run us through our very friendly, helpful sponsors?
Well, of course, and again this week we have got obviously the Nationwide Tracking Systems as our major sponsor, and bringing up the rear. I suppose that's what you say with the minor sponsors. Brucey Raceware, Track Racer, Dripping Paints Graphic, Race Management Services, Coghlan Engineering, and Track Cams for Gourmets. And big thanks to all those guys and girls again, for their support, ongoing support of this fabulous series of the Nationwide Tracking Systems.
Without them, this series wouldn't be going ahead.
Well,
they're leading the series.
Without them, mate, we can't put the fuel in the tank, so it's great to have them on board.
Alex Court leads the championship at this point in time, 756 points. And Sean McNamara, Todd Hayne, Darren Caldwell, Martin Turner, Blake Warboys, Jamie Davis, Trent Gostley, Mark Duggan, Paul Preston, and Benjamin Siren. There's only 162 points off the championship lead, so it's still 7 rounds to go. It's wide open. Any one of those guys has an opportunity to win it, and I think tonight's race is really going to open things up even more so. One of those drivers could win tonight's race. Most of them are up the end of the grid.
I think you're right, mate. I reckon this will be a bit of a door banger as well. The cars are moving around nicely over the bumps. You can really see the drivers working on some of these replays we've been watching, and I've only done a few laps around here in practice. I know you did a race today and had some success there, which is impressive. But
I probably didn't drive the car as well as I should have. It really is a difficult track. You've got to have a really good brake pedal around here.
And you've
got to use both feet. You've got to be very active with both feet because you can got a wheel spin going up the hills, and there's a lot of undulating braking areas as well where it's very easy to lock up a brake, very easy to set the car skittish, lock up the rears, wheel on the grass, and it's game over from there.
Well, I know coming out of the last right-hander before the front straight there, the road drops away, and if you've got the boot in, it can certainly send you straight into the fence, and this will be the problem. People will be chasing down each other. They'll be trying to get on the throttle early to get that jump, and worn tyres, bit of pressure, tank fuel's getting lighter, bang, all of a sudden she's sideways, and these things don't forgive, do they?
No, once they're out of control, they're hard to gather up again. Even if you do gather it up without hitting something, you're gonna, a close field like this, you're bound to lose 2 or 3 positions to your opponents. There's 3 litres of fuel a lap around here. We're going to be starting with 60 litres. There's a fuel.
Okay.
So the fuel window, the pit stop would be lap 13 to about lap 20 in this 28 lap race tonight.
Okay. Do you expect to see any fuel saving, Jamie? What are you thinking?
Not really.
Yep.
Maybe if you were behind somebody that
Yep.
maybe just a fraction of a second slower than yourself, you might lift and coast a little bit as you're following them into the sharper corners.
Yep.
And that may save you a little bit of fuel in the pit stop. So that you might be able to undercut somebody a little bit there. One thing to look out for is the wheel spin going up the hills. If you spin the wheels too much, you can use about 0.2 of a litre or a lap spin. So
Is that right?
that's something to look out. Yeah, that's just using the higher revs on the engine and stuff. So I'm going to look out for it.
Yep. So we'll probably start to see a bit of early shifting as those tyres cop some early punishment. You think?
Yeah, definitely. Early second, early third from out of the tighter corners.
Yeah.
We're not far away from a grid. 1 minutes away now.
Excellent. Looking forward to tonight's race. I think it'll be an absolute cracker.
I believe Martin Turner had the fastest lap in qualifying, but he received a 10 grid.
10 places.
Wasn't watching that split, so not aware of what it was, but that is very costly on a track that's so hard to pass. Turner was looking very fast. He might be a man to watch in tonight's race, working his way up through the field. It's going to be you're going to have to be patient around here, and 28 laps doesn't really give you the luxury to be that patient.
No, it certainly goes very quickly, especially when you're battling nose to tail and you're concentrating on trying not to run up the back of someone and watching an eye on the mirror to see how they're going as well. The laps soon file away, don't they?
When the car in front of you is just a little bit slower and you can see the leaders pulling and gapping and you just start to go, you can see the work that's building up in front of you when you do hopefully finally get past that car that's in front of you.
Yeah, it's easy to accidentally a little bit of a tap and get them sideways. You've got to be careful with those sort of things. But I think we're in the process of about ready to grid up now. So
gridding up now, Ben.
Fantastic. All right. Looking forward to this.
Temperature 39 degrees Celsius, winds from the west 18 kilometres an hour. The boys are on the grid.
Who have we got off the front there? McNamara in the Mustang.
I think the Purple Punisher as well.
Oh, yes.
The return of Simon Chadwick.
Oh, I'll tell you what, I might actually earn some money tonight. Got the old pineapple on McNamara, so let's see how we go.
I'll go for Chadwick in this one.
All right, okay.
I had a little bit of a race with him the other night, and he was showing some immense speed.
All right.
On the grid, Chadwick, McNamara front row.
We're getting close to a start now.
Guys, a moment now. Yes, Chadwick.
Keep an eye on that.
McNamara.
Keep an eye on that cool wheel there and that visible Phase 4 Motorsport as well.
All boys in the blue and white car on the second row. Alex Court, 44.
A couple of
There's a rising. There's the green.
There we go.
Away.
What a start. Oh, look at the
there's two NTS cars have been there. Caldwell's involved in that. There's a safety car. Absolutely, cars all everywhere, strewn across the track.
Safety car.
At least 8 cars involved in that. Some of the leading drivers. Martin Turner's there as well. Alex Court involved. Mark Duggan. Asif Leonage. All our championship contenders up the front have been involved in that.
What happened there, boys? Wow. Oh, no.
Taking a look at the replay now.
Courton. Oh, dear.
Just having a look at the replay.
And that is taken out.
Looks like it might be a little bit of wheel spin from Court, and he's been tapped by Gosley, sent into the pit lane wall. There he's collected his teammate in Leonage. Caldwell's had to take evasive action and bumped into, looks like Mark Duggan, Dumbrell's involved. They're all involved. You couldn't have asked Jamie Davis. He's been spun around in front as well.
Looked like Court got a bit of wheel spin there and snapped left and then right.
Court,
Is that right? Am I saying that right?
Yeah, I think he was the first protagonist. He went into his teammate, unfortunately, a little bit like the Red Bull ring on Sunday night with the two Ferraris taking each other out.
I wasn't going to bring it up.
Reminiscent.
Oh no, yeah, it's just got sideways on him a little bit.
Even now, I can see Jamie Davis strewn on the side of the track, working his way back onto the track. I don't know if that's been another incident he's been involved in. Trying to, maybe just with a stricken car, damaged car. He's ridden a bit of curbing and out onto the grass, so even more positions lost. Championship. This has really thrown things up here, Ben.
It has. Look,
it's really opened things up big time for some of those guys that were just outside of the top 10 in the championship.
Oh, well, I'm just looking at the replay. The old Chicken Up Racing got involved in that as well. Darren Corbell there in the Phase 4 Motorsport, just leaning over to the left, trying to get out of it, but got the tag there.
Oh,
Wow. We got a few people involved.
McNamara's been the beneficiary here. Now leads the field behind the safety car. In lap 2, he's going to be rubbing his hands here, thinking this has fallen exactly the way I would have liked. Well, maybe not the way he would have liked. You don't like to see incidents like that off the starting grid, but for his championship sake, absolutely A1 position for Sean McNamara.
Gee, there's even some crazy stuff happening at the back there behind that initial accident. Craig Newell was sideways before the accident, and that's off the back of that's a touch with Todd Hayne. They've come together.
Hayne as well.
Yeah, that's an interesting one. Looks like he's just come across the front of him. Todd's got the brakes on as he's come across to try and move out of the way, and that's pushed the Chicken Racing Up car into the back sideways. Oof, God. Anderson, how he snuck through there is unbelievable. Wow.
Very evasive actions there on the grid. Tight, compact grid there, undulating track, easy to light the wheels up, and that's exactly what's happened. Now we have Sean McNamara leading from Simon Chadwick and Blake Warboys, Trent Gosling, Paul Preston, Michael Dumbrell. So we've still got some fast guys at the front. And of course in this series we've got one fast repair for the damaged, stricken cars. So if they can pit early, they can just fix those cars.
Yeah, Ashley Davis and Craig Newell in. I think there'll be a lot of people in there. There was some seriously stricken cars. Darren Corbell's in. He's getting tyres and fuel by the looks of it. And obviously that repair. I don't know if that's enough for him. They won't be able to go to the end though, will they, Jamie? It'll just be a bit of a pop-up.
No, they won't be able to go to the end, but at least they'll have a straight car, repaired car, so they'll be competitive, work their way back up to, and at least, 28, well, it depends on when we get starting again, but they can at least salvage something out of this race for the disaster that would be right now for them.
Wow. Well, the scary thing is the pace car's done more laps than some of these competitors at the moment, and that's disappointing in the NTS safety car. But I'll tell you what, it's going to be an interesting restart. There'll be a few people in there who've been knocked around. They'll be very, very keen to make their way through. Alex Court comes to mind, obviously, and Darren Caldwell was racy last week. He'll have the eyes in, and he's been quick too.
I think it's going to be a little bit like last week's reverse grid. We'll have battles at the front, and we'll have battles at the back, and battles in the middle. These guys try and work their way back up into a decent point scoring finish. Safety car lights out.
Yep, Laz, Mark, Duggan,
safety
Craig
car
Newell,
pulls away.
Lee Davis, here we go.
Namara will be leading us away. Chadwick, watch for Chadwick. I believe he's returning from injury. A bit of an arm issue. Racing with a broken wrist, apparently.
Well, this is interesting.
I don't know if that was a training accident or maybe a pre-season or a testing incident. Keep an eye. When will McNamara lay the throttle down? Will it be in the entry to the last corner? Will it be on the exit? Watch for the wheel spin. Sitting.
He's off.
He's
Throws
on.
in. Here we go.
Eyes out of Lodge. He's got a little gap from Chadwick. 4 boys in 3rd. Gosling in 4th. Preston in 5th. These guys will be realising this is championship points here. Chadwick, in 2 weeks, with injury. There's only one thing on his mind. This race wins now. Probably written off his championship title. It's race wins, and McNamara is a very fast man. He'll be hard to catch.
We've got Mustangs 1, 2, 3 here going into the hairpin. Race control.
Big fest at the front.
Alex Court black flagged. Oh, that is going to knock the
reins at pause.
Oh, that's going to knock the championship lead around.
Only 11th place last week. The reverse grid. Those rounds 5 and 6 has been a testing time for Court.
And back at the front, we've got McNamara surging away. And Chadwick with a broken wrist. Did someone say a broken wrist? That's amazing if he's hanging on to that thing with a broken wrist. And
War Boys showing some good speed, just falling a little bit away from Chadwick. He'll be hoping to stay with him. Really, a line on McNamara there. Keep an eye on these for another half a lap, and then we'll work our way back through the field, see how the field's settled. I can see a little bit of a battle back there between Preston and Brewer.
Yeah, that's looking tasty back there. And Cooper's involved in that as well, Jamie.
So it's Preston in 5th position, Brewer in 6th. Preston might have pulled off a manoeuvre there, and just heard Alex Court, our championship leader, on the race control there.
I think he's just served his
okay, he served the penalty, he's done the drive-through. That would be obviously for the incident on the starting grid, Ben.
Yes, get that out of the way, head down, salvage some points.
Just looking back through the field, got Riley Simons. Riley Simons has a little bit of pressure from behind. Wade Michael, Benjamin Siren. Not Saron, Benjamin Siren it is. Harold Booth, Buddy Hanson. A little bit of a battle pack there, starting to form. Place backwards.
There's some tasty battles happening through here, Jamie.
Really hard to pass.
Darren's working his way up through the back pack there.
Darren has been very fast in practice and qualifying, so he's a man to watch. He's got Leonage behind him as well, so Caldwell being held up a little bit by Anderson, who's not a slouch himself, but
and Laz is might be looking to take advantage of this here.
Battle here. Might keep an eye on this for a moment.
Looking tasty.
Leonage is having a big sniff there at Caldwell in turn 1. On the hill up to 220 kilometres an hour before breaking downhill Cascades 135k.
And Anderson there running the no bonnet, trying to reduce weight and work on the aero, but it's not working.
Where he's losing a bit of time to Caldwell and Leonage. Hard on the brakes, very difficult braking area for the Island hairpin.
They're starting to bottleneck here, up behind Anderson. But he's getting a really good exit out of those corners.
Oh, a little bit taily there, a little bit taily under brakes.
Darren
a bit like a street track through the tyre barriers there.
It is,
like an Adelaide sort of left, right sort of situation.
Tell you what, there's the track I'd love to see on here. Here we go.
I think side by side.
It's fighting him.
I thought Anderson was letting him go through there, but no such luck for Caldwell. And he's 2 wheels up on the curbs. Pushing it there.
Woo-hoo.
For Lodge. And a 2nd or 3rd, depending on how much traction you've got. 90 kilometres an hour, back onto the front straight.
Anderson's holding his own.
Lap 7.
Let's
it's
see what's
happening at the front.
Here.
It's happening at the front.
Ooh.
Looking at Chadwick. Chadwick's lost a little bit of time to Chadwick start to suffer with his wrist. Be able to see the race out. Be a long 28 laps for a man with a broken wrist.
Craig Newell's just was being served black flag for his part in the incident on the start of the race there, so he'll be doing that shortly. And yeah, look, he's just...
Two incident starting grid. Two incidents there, one up the front, one towards the rear.
Absolutely. Tell you what, Chadwick's doing an amazing job. He's dropping away now though, but if he's racing with a broken wrist, driving one-handed, you know, it's a hell of a job. But look at the first three have just cleared out. Warboys.
McNamara with a 121.5 on that last lap. Chadwick
Preston.
121.7. Warboys 121.8.
And Preston's up past Gosley there as well.
Okay, so he must have passed him and he's lost a bit of time on that lap.
Let's have a look here.
122.6.
I think Laz is up past Darren. Let's see
that battle,
here.
20th position. Tenage.
So let's
Caldwell.
What's happening here? So mate, does Caldwell let Laz go to battle it out with Anderson? Maybe there's a bit of tactics here. Because Laz is looking pretty feisty. This could be a nice one to watch. I'll tell you what the other one's good. Oh, he's wide.
Anderson. He's gone very wide, but he's covering the inside into the island hairpin. Leonage has gone around the outside. He's going to have to put it up.
Oh, he's gone
wide.
In the marbles.
Just open it up for Caldwell again.
That's given Caldwell an opportunity.
Dicey. Leonage is having another look. Up and down to the hill. Into the chicane before Knickerbrook. Anderson just gives him enough room before the tyre barrier.
I am
Caldwell all over Anderson.
Highly impressed with Anderson. He's driving. That's fantastic. Good, clean, defensive driving. Well done.
A small mistake through Cascade on the exit to Cascades, but managed to hold back Leonage, and that's really bottled these guys up now.
That's bloody great driving.
Got Anderson, Leonage, Caldwell, Duggan, Dumbrell.
Bit of dirt on the back,
Fast
just kicking
guys
it. No. Oh, this is fantastic. Oh,
these guys have got to be thinking position, track position, but championship as well.
Great exit there from Laz.
Dives off to the pit lane there as well.
That was a great exit from Laz on that one. He had him nailed right from the word go. But look at that. Look at Anderson. He's coming back. He's not giving up. I'm loving this. This is fantastic. Oh! Thought he was going to sneak it down the inside there. He's not giving up. This is fantastic.
Will he needs to do this hairpin right. And
will he throw it down there?
He can just get a nice exit from this. Might find himself with some clear air away from Anderson. It starts to look like that.
Wow.
His next threat is back in the rear vision mirror.
Yep.
Caldwell.
That's given Laz the opportunity. Caldwell's going to
He's going to be starting to get frustrated here.
Oh.
Side by side, bit of door banging. Caldwell's going to find himself on the grass there. And that's opened up the door. Duggan's a very fast driver.
Oh,
side by side up the hill here. There's no room for side by side into Druins.
Caldwell is not happy. He likes
Duggan's
flash
gone
at Anderson. Oh, dearie me. That's good stuff.
That's all happened there. And now Duggan's been knocked back into that Zittebart. But that's a new name I haven't seen. He must be up from tier 2. I was watching him in practice. He was quite out of off tracks.
He's a wild card entry.
A wild card from tier 2 last week.
Fantastic.
Caldwell's desperate to get his way past Anderson.
Look, I think he's being bottled up here. He's definitely quicker than Anderson, but Anderson is really, really playing very, very defensive driving here. You can see the lights.
1 second lead, so we'll stay with the action here. 1.6 second lead. We'll stay with the action, see if Caldwell can find a way past Anderson. This is getting very desperate here. Caldwell.
Oh, we go.
Some traction. Get it out of the hairpin. That tighter line, there's just no grip. He's had to wait again.
He's side by side now.
Oh, Anderson's loose.
Anderson
He's
just
had to give way now.
He's had to, yeah.
Through.
Good.
Anderson finds Duggan on his tail.
Good, tough racing. But look, Anderson has not given up here. He's given that Phase 4 Motorsport an absolute push. But we can look at that. We can see them really starting to move away now as well. Kyle Booth now.
Kyle Booth. Nationwide Tracking Systems 110 car being followed by Marty Hanson under a bit of pressure.
A little bit of a mark down one side, and Marty Hanson,
Hanson's got a drive off the
look at
turn
this.
one.
Ducking and weaving. Is he going to... Oh, dearie me. I thought he was going to get a bit of rear brake lock there and go a bit sideways.
Yeah.
Marty
driving this car hard.
Look at these cars
Hanson.
move around on the bumps. Oh, he's got sideways to the entry. Rally out.
He's on the ragged edge.
Hang on to it, lad.
Hanson's got to see that. Hanson from behind will notice that. And my opportunity is going to come very soon. Chance to take 11th place away from Kyle Booth. 12th place from Kyle Booth.
He's working that thing hard. It's had a bit of a knock around.
Really a passing opportunity here, Ben, into Druids.
100%.
It has been done before.
You're working hard though if you get it through there.
Seen some great action through these corners in touring cars.
Oh, absolutely.
Cars too.
There's a couple of people who probably still want to talk to me about the races there, but here we are back with this one. And that NTS car of Kyle Booth is moving around sideways. He's loving it. Doesn't seem to be slowing his pace though.
I've noticed Brian Cooper and Brian Cooper and Todd Hayne. Todd Hayne on the back of Brian Cooper.
Yep, here we go.
Cascades under the hairpin. Brian Cooper in the Vegas car.
There's some interesting lines going into the hairpin here. Tight, shallow.
Just holding on to whatever they can find.
Pretty much,
they can find.
Exactly right.
Now at the anchor and seeing what it grabs hold of. A bit of track will do.
Absolutely. I tell you what, going back a little bit here, Marty Hanson and Jonathan Bean, Kyle Booth, they are still battling out. Darren Corbell's got a black flag. Ooh, what is that for?
Flag for Caldwell.
Sound like a re-entry. A re-entry.
We were watching that battle there, so I'm surprised.
Not
it
sure.
Was from that incident. Anderson.
Looks like there's a gap there. I'm just having a look back through. Yeah, looks like there's been some action.
Oh, Booth. Oh, Booth, Marty Hanson, turn one. Side by side. Oh, Booth's really been driving Commodore. Oh, it's got. And it's sort of backed the field up here. Marty Hanson, Jonathan Dean, and Siren behind them as well. And Jamie Davis making a bit of a drive from the back as well. He's moved up to 16.
Wow.
But he's going to find himself with a bit of a roadblock here. We've got pit stops very soon as well, so opportunity here to do a little bit of undercutting. In very close to half race distance, so I wouldn't be surprised to see some of these guys at the pit lane, especially if they find themselves being held up. Someone like a Marty Hanson, Jonathan Bean, Benjamin Saron.
McNamara seems to have this under control at the moment. There, that gap.
They're stable, isn't it? 1.5 seconds. It's not giving it away. It'd only take a little mistake from McNamara, and Chad would find himself right in it again. But at this point in time, it does not look like McNamara is going to make that mistake. Stops might shake things up a bit. Oh, Booth! Who's sideways on the exit to Lodge. Gibson's eyes will have lit up and said, now's my chance. Turn one. I'm going to have a big dive on the inside. No. John White. Things drop back a little bit. That there's a gap between the back of Hanson and Bean.
The leaders
all struggling to pull it up into the hairpin.
Laz has just been black flagged. Oh, dearie me.
Sounds like it's a black flag from something that still happened back in lap 1. Don't be surprised if we're still going to see drive-throughs from incidents earlier in this race.
Wow.
Not take it for granted with what you see here with the race positions. is still going to be shaken up. Race control have got a lot of work to do to look through those incidents.
Yeah, look, I mean, we only had a quick look at it on Craig's control. I'd be looking at it more close than we were, but it looked like there's a lot of people involved who were in the wrong place at the wrong time. So it'll be interesting to hear about those after the race.
Wade Michael in the green car there. Went to the pit there. About my timing. The Wade Michael leads Riley Simons.
Just looking
Booth
ahead.
on the back of Mitch Campbell now, so another one has joined that battle pack. All these guys, there's not much in any of these guys. It looks like it's going to be a battle all the way to the pit stops.
Yeah, I think Sean McNamara is starting to catch some back markers here as well, just looking ahead. So this will be interesting to see how quickly he can get through the back. Yeah, absolutely. Will he pit, get out of the way? Interesting.
Just depends. I think it's like a 34-second pit. It's a short pit lane, but here's a look from Hanson on Booth. Here's the move that's been coming for a while now.
McNamara's coming in.
McNamara's in the pit. Did Chadwick follow him?
Smart.
Chadwick's followed.
Smart three. All three are in.
War boys as well.
War boys,
Stay
yeah.
on these guys and see who wins off pit lane. How much fuel do they take? And of course, stopping on the jacks. It's pinpoint precision. Looks like Preston in the background as well, stopping. And another of the nationwide track. McNamara's made up time. Chadwick's lost time again in the pits.
He dropped off the jacks, but he still had fuel
serving
going.
A penalty.
I think.
Chadwick's serving a penalty. Might be a speeding on the being in the pit lane.
No!
He's had
Disaster.
no luck in this series in the pit.
Disaster.
Absolutely no luck.
James Anderson has just been given a black flag for a incident on lap
black
14.
flag.
Booth wide.
Coming out of the hairpin.
Yikes.
A big lose, and Davis is going to jump on top of that. Oh, he's getting a bit of a squeeze though. Booth's been playing it hard this race. Not been an easy man to pass, but Davis
Holds him
gets
out.
the job done.
But look at this,
Booth's
he's coming
going to
back
have a
at him.
look back.
Oh,
Gee, that's close.
That is close.
Through it. Very hard. Track to follow.
And McNamara behind, he's pitted, he's thinking, get
no, this is... Oh, he's got a bit of a lead, of course, because Chadwick's probably still sitting in the pit lane. So he doesn't want to rush this, McNamara.
He's that fresh tyres.
He's run wide. He's run
and
wide.
there's
There's a snap-on car.
Oh.
And other cars are going to the pit lane.
Holy dooly.
This race
It
is not
is.
over by any means. War Boys up to second, following McNamara. Or second place for the, in reality, when these other cars pit, because we've got Paul Preston leading from Gosley and Cooper, Payne, Michael, Simon, Hanson and Davis. Those are the cars that are yet to pit. Having a look at Preston now.
Ooh,
He
McNamara,
is-
just watching him
Oh,
into
Preston
the race.
has pitted. So
Brian
Cooper's
Cooper
now.
leading with no pit stop yet. When will he go in? Look, it's Wade Michael's second.
Ollie
Yeah,
Simon's third.
yeah. That's our adjusted
Because
leaders at the moment with no pit stops yet. Oof. This is exciting. I don't know where to look at next, Jamie.
it's all happening.
This is
Go
amazing
back
stuff.
and
Look at Michael
see how
Stewart.
McNamara is dealing with the traffic.
Michael
Got
Stewart
Jamie
down the back
Davis in front of him, so they've been championship protagonists. Davis wouldn't mind holding him up a little bit here, making things difficult for him. Davis probably won't pit for another 2 laps, I would say. Simon's Hanson pit. So moves Davis up to... It's only Brian Cooper now that hasn't pitted, so Cooper's still leading.
Jamie Davis hasn't pitted either. And I think James Anderson will be serving his, and James Anderson will be serving his penalty there, I think, in the pit stop as well. So we may not see him for a couple of days.
It's all been. Cooper working his way through Knickerbrook. Clay Hill with a nice comfortable lead, but no pit stop yet, so let's see if he brings it in at the end of this lap.
So if Davis just in front there, still of McNamara, he'd be, well, you know what, this is still for position, so let's keep going. Looks like it's had a few knocks. That's the last time we saw it, but still holding it together there.
McNamara's got to be getting a little bit frustrated here. He's in that hard-earned lead, evaporating back to War Boys. 18. Is Davis going to come in this lap? Is he going to stay out? Is he going to come in? It's an awkward... He's in. Davis is in. Brian Cooper's in. So that effectively hands the lead back to McNamara.
With War Boys second.
2 second lead. 2 second lead. McNamara did a 1:22.3 on that last lap. War Boys did a 1:21.7, so half a second faster, but he was effectively being held up by Davis at that point in time. We have Paul Preston in third, a couple of seconds back. Gosling on the tail of Preston. Might be a battle we need to keep an eye on later in the race. And Duggan into the hairpin.
Oh.
Duggan's turned it around. Battling with... Gonna have a look at the replay here. They are coming into the island hairpin.
He's got it on the grass. Oh, Lord.
Braking zone. He's had a big look around the outside of Brian Cooper, and he didn't manage to pull it off.
Bit of grass. Woo! Exciting.
The sort of grass you like to hit.
Yeah,
Brian Cooper.
He might need a change of undies after that one, Jamie. That was all locked up there sideways. I really thought that was going to be bigger than that.
Brian Cooper now finds himself back under pressure from Rod Hayne. Bruin Hayne exiting Lodge Corner down the pit straight on lap 19. Lap 20.
Oh, here we go.
Oh. Cooper looks a little bit slow on the exit to turn 1. Todd Hayne right on his tail down into Cascades. Excellent corner when you get it right. So tricky though. Cambered downhill, sloping away, easy to run wide. Very hard to outbrake as we saw before with Mark Duggan.
Oh, looked like he went on the rears there, on the brakes.
And I think Cooper made a mistake in the middle of the corner, and Hayne is through and away.
Looked like he went in on the rears there. They looked like they were chattering on the entry there. It just got away from him a little bit.
No, the default on this car setup had the bias drastically to the front, like 54. I'm sure these guys have the adjustments in the car to rotate the brake bias more towards the rear, and I think it might have just gone a little bit too far there.
Look, also, Jamie, of course, as you know, if you throw them back through those gears a bit quick, especially because they're into first gear on that corner, it just it'll chatter up and swing around on you. So
the undulating braking.
Oof, it's good fun. So what's that put Todd Hay up into 6th, and he's just sort of starting to move away there. He'll be hunting down. Or 5th, sorry. He'll be hunting down to Trent Gosling now. So he's got a bit. 10 seconds to go here, though. Bit to go.
To 7th place with Jacob Brewer and Mark Duggan. Duggan's going to have to work his way back from that gear lose or half lose into the hairpin. He's a man with pace.
Paul Preston's got a nice clean car there in 3rd as well. He's doing a fantastic job in this round.
5.2 points off the lead of Sean McNamara. Yes, the front 3 have really opened up a bit now.
Look, I don't want to make a big deal about this, Jamie, but I know the boss will be, JP will be livid when I say this, but it's Mustang 1, 2, 3. Oh dear. I may not be here next week after saying that, but there we go.
Yeah, well, these cars are very equal, so it all comes down to driver talent. I'm sure the car has nothing to do with it.
Absolutely nothing to do with it. Absolutely nothing to do with it.
And a few of those Commodores got taken out at the start line.
They did.
That was very unfortunate.
You might keep me around for another week with that surmise there, Jamie. So thank you for that.
Just looking for a battle pack as we look through. We've got McNamara, Warboys, Preston, Gosling, Hayne, Cooper. We're looking at Lee Roberts. And,
Jonathan bet on Lee Roberts. Oh, Roberts out of the corner of the Goodyear Auto Care car. Smart looking paint job on that one. And here we go. Here we go. On the Snap-on tools up against the Goodyear Auto Care. Holy dooly. Yeah, these guys are up into it. This is good fun. Good to watch.
Playing for 15th and 16th here.
This is the great thing about this series. This is a good thing about this series. The battles are everywhere, not just at the front.
I think we've got a bit of a battle, just a couple of positions ahead of this battle as well. It looks like it's getting very tasty. Hard-nosed guys here.
Oh, here we go.
Jamie Davis and Benjamin Siren.
Oh, he's
Siren.
sent it.
He has sent it.
What a great move.
The easiest place to pull off a braking manoeuvre into the hairpin.
I'll tell you what, Siren might have let him go there because he was coming in pretty deep. Might have thought something about turning him. Yeah.
Might want to have a little bit of a sniff back. Maybe into Lodge if you can get Druids right. Of course, Mitch Campbell's the next car in front of Jamie Davis, who's been making his way up since that start line accident. What have we got? This is for position 12, 13 and 14. Mitch Campbell.
Mark Duggan's not doing a bad job either. He's catching up on Brewer for 7th and 8th. So tapping it all the way through the field. Oh, here we go. Here, look, what do we got here? Lee Robertson. Oh, yeah, this is still going on back here. Jonathan Byrne, Lee Roberts still battling back here.
I just noticed that Mitch Campbell ran wide and Jamie Davis is through. Jamie Davis has passed Mitch Campbell for 11th spot, 12th spot. And of course, Siron's now on the back of Campbell.
Jamie Davis is off.
Sit around. Race Control still finding incidents from back in lap 19.
Yeah, Mitch Campbell just went wide into that second corner, locked it up, nearly went off, and it just cost him all the way down that back straight. And that really allowed Jamie Davis to get away from him there, but
Ollie Simons with a bit of a good drive tonight. Up 16 spots here on the back of Wade Michael.
16 spots. 17 spots.
I think somebody's just gone in for a drive-through penalty, so conditions changing.
Yeah, that was Mark Duggan, Jamie. He's just gone through for his
oh no, Mark Duggan.
There. Yeah.
This is really shaken up the championship standings tonight. Alex Corder, of course, our championship leader, back in 22nd position at this point in time. Or in 22nd, but pumping out those fast laps. He's just done the fastest lap of the race. Yeah, Court, who leads the championship in 2nd position. Caldwell, who is 4th in the championship going into tonight, is in 22nd position. Sure, Matt Namara has been the big winner tonight so far, leading the race by 2.5 seconds from Warboys. What are we looking at the moment?
McNamara's just moving out 2.5 seconds there, and we've got some action back here in
a bit of a battle there for 13th again. Campbell's slowly falling down through the field, and he's got Siren and Turner on his tail now, and Siren takes him. It's a very slow exit there from Campbell.
Here we go.
Turner's going to have a look as
Turner.
well. Up against the pit Oh, into turn 1.
Oh dear.
Nibbles left him a little bit of room, but not
dear,
much.
boys.
Nibbles
He's out
run
wide.
wide and let Turner through, and will find himself slipping further back through the field.
Yeah, be a bit dirty himself about that one.
The car's just falling away from him here.
Tyres
Doesn't
are
have
hot.
the pace.
You
Time.
got to treat them things with kit gloves.
We're back up to 9th position. Riley Simons having a bit of a battle with Marty Hansen. There's a little bit of a battle brewing just of them as well with, well, no, it's Wade Michaels about to lap Craig Newell. See if he gets held up here a little bit through Druids. If he does, it's going to close the gap up. Back to Riley Simons and Marty Hansen. Oh, Craig Newell's let him through, but big wobble there by Wade Michael. Speed wobble off the curb. Did that to Ben?
Jeez, I did. He would have been puckering up at that point. Oh, dearie me.
Riley Simons put himself right on the back of that pucker. Marty Hansen having a close look at it as well.
It's a great old feeling. You're not sure if you've caught it or not. You open your eyes and you're still going.
It's a little bit clenched still as we go into the island hairpin. Wade Michael out on the brakes.
Especially if you've been...
Simon's under pressure on Hansen as well.
Yes, especially if you've been working those rears. You know, they're not. They may not be as good as you think they are into that next corner. And
confidence, you just don't have that confidence. You don't know if you were braking too late, too early.
Yeah, I know.
Or right on the right spot. It's very rarely on the right spot.
No, these are big, heavy cars that move around a lot, and you've
have to pull up when they're hot tyres on the rear.
Oh yeah, nasty stuff.
Yeah, still keep an eye on this battle because at the front it's still a 2.2 second lead to McNamara, to War Boys, and another 2 seconds back to Preston, another 2 seconds back to Gosley. So it's all happening from Todd Hayne finding himself a lonely race in 5th. Ryan Cooper's got a decent margin on lap 27, so only one more lap after this one to go. Cooper back to Brewer. Just had someone come out of the pits. That's McCarthy. He's lifted off and let this battle pack go through. We find Wade Michael settled. He's unpuckered. Simons is now the puckered man. Back to Hansen. The time is running down now. We've only got a lap and a bit to go. A dominant effort by McNamara, keeping an eye on Hansen here. And Simons still fighting away for 9th position. I want to throw away a top 10 point in time in the race. Trying to get a run on Simons, but it might be another lap where it just hasn't happened.
Yeah, I don't... He's trying hard though, isn't he? You can see the car really floating and throwing through those corners. He's hanging on as hard as he can, but I think he's going to start to run out of laps there, Jamie.
Yeah, bring home McNamara at the front. He exits Cascades down to the island hairpin for the 28th time.
Let's stick with him.
In a dominant drive.
Not a mark on it. Look at it. Fantastic.
All fell into his lap on the grid.
Good start. Got out of the way of the jump.
The brilliant qualifying.
Yeah,
Put him away from all that trouble. As we...
Oh, Lee Davis been disqualified. Looking... Oh no, that's... Yeah, is that our pace car?
Yeah, no, that's a pace car.
Yeah.
And McNamara, his way up Clay Hill, 13-degree elevation there. Kicking area. Only he can throw it away now. I'm sure he's not going to do that as he exits forwards over the little crest. Under
a little
the
bit of
car
sideways. Looks good.
The lights. One more braking zone to go.
Very smooth. Very nice.
Exits as he down through the dip.
Give us a flat
over the start finish line.
There we go. Great win.
McNamara. McNamara wins round 6 of the Nationwide Tracking Systems Championship. Riley Simons and Hanson still battling away.
They're still battling at the back there. We'll just quickly shoot
One
back.
more chance, one more braking area for Hanson. Please send it. Simons covers it.
He's gone defensive.
Simons has
Great
got
drive.
it. He's held on to 9th position.
Well done, lads. Great bit of driving.
Pressure all the way to the end, and somebody's lost it on the start-finish line as well.
That did not look good.
James Anderson finds himself sideways as all the cars come barreling across the start-finish line. Oh, big battle there between the Snap-on car and... what's that? Dean and Lee Roberts. Championship leader Alex Court back in 18th position.
There's some crazy chat on the...
Oh, and I'm sure that'll go into the wee hours.
Oh dear, I tell you what,
JP will have guys hanging on the line till Thursday morning.
I think someone will be looking at James Anderson's drive over the start-finish line.
If we get a replay of that, the James Anderson.
Oof, I've just had a look at it there. It's all on his own, and it'll definitely be a talking point, I think, up in the stewards' room. Yikes.
So, to the race results, we have
Sean McNamara taking the win. Blake Warboys in second, and Paul Preston bringing up in third. Fantastic racing. How'd you enjoy that, Jamie?
No, it wasn't a great battle for the lead. I was disappointed to see a few guys taken out on the start-finish line and lap one. That really took away from what might have been an absolute epic race, I believe. So hopefully next week at Junior International should get a rematch for that. But yeah, it was a dominant display by McNamara. He's a top-class driver, absolutely has all the skills, and proved it tonight with that 1.5 second gap back to Blake Warboys, Paul Preston.
He's laying some serious donuts out the front there at the moment.
Noticed.
He's just giving the rear wing a bit of a crease, but that won't matter too much. He's loving it. He's loving it. Look at that. He'd be pretty happy with that.
It's his second win for the championship. He won back in Road America by about 4, and that's into the wall hard.
Well, that's
might be loving him now.
They will be just trying to re-straighten the diff later on.
They're all filing back to the pits. Ruck out to get him back to the pits.
No, that's a great race. So
yeah, second win for McNamara. He won at Road America by point. Alex Court, going back to round 4, I believe it was. Round 3 it was. Round 3 at Road America. Yep. Second win. Alex Court with 3 wins, and Jamie Davis with 1 win. These guys have been pretty much monopolising the top 3 positions between themselves.
Yeah, look, it's been look, there was some really good. There wasn't the battles at the front as you mentioned beforehand, but there was some really, really good, strong battles back through the grid, which was good to see. And again, Jamie, as you said, good quality, got out of the muck, and Sean was able to sort of pull away from there. I think Chadwick did a pretty impressive job considering he's got a broken wrist. Still don't know. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm guessing he had a slowdown. A 37-second hold after speeding in the pit lane. We'll just keep working our way through the field. It was and that win for tonight by McNamara has taken him to the top of the championship ladder. 6 points in front of Alex Court, as you'll see in the display a little bit later on. But I'll still work our way through the final finishing positions of the round 6 here at Oulton Park. I think we got to Trent Gosley in 4th, Todd Hayne 5th, Brian Cooper 6th, Jacob Brewer 7th, Wade Michael, Riley Simons, Marty Hanson 10th, Jamie Davis, Benjamin Siren, Martin Turner, Mitch Campbell, Lee Roberts 15th, and Jonathan Bean 16th. Simon Chadwick with that pit stop. He looked so comfortable in second place, but it all come undone at the pit stop. Alex Court fought his way back up to 18th after a very messy start and then a black flag as well. Michael Dumbrell 19th, Michael Stewart 20th, Caldwell 21st, Leonage 22nd, Duggan, Booth, Clark, Ashley Davis 2, James Anderson like a lap down after all that action that he was involved in earlier. Zitterbart and DeCartia McCarthy in 29th. Craig Newell in 30th position.
All right. Well, let's get our top three finishes into the broadcast, into the booth here, Jamie, and say good day and see what they've got to say. So, we'll get Paul Preston up here first. Paul, congratulations, mate. P3, amazing drive. Talk us through it, mate. How was it for you?
It was pretty good fun, actually. I really enjoyed that, although I didn't have a lot of people around me for a long time. But, yeah, it was
That's not a bad thing.
Yeah, no, I was crazy up the start line. I saw off to the right a couple of people in the tangle, and, just lucky I was on the outside and got past and kept going from there.
Yeah, it'll be a good thing to watch back in the replay and know that you weren't involved in it. That's I can guarantee you that.
Yeah.
Any sort of throughout the race, Pauls, any concerns at any point with traffic or any competition throughout the race?
Most of the time I was on my own, just trying to hit the numbers and catch the guys in front, which they made that really difficult to catch them. So, yeah, they were awesome, man. They were heaps good in front of me. It was, just really enjoyed it. Just head down and off I went. Good fun.
No, well done, mate. Well done.
Thank you very much.
Any call-outs for sponsors for yourself, mate?
Yeah, no, I got a few to go with. Kathy's Pet Portraits, obviously, been a long-time supporter of the team. And
my cat's been looking very cute lately. I might have to invest.
Man, hit her up on Facebook. She does an awesome job. I cannot believe how good they are. They're so good, man. So
I'll let the missus know.
Yep, have a look on Facebook. And it's great to see. Dave 37 Racing, who always does our paints, and Blair as well. They always come up a treat and look the goods.
Yep.
Wakito Painting, one of our boys over in New Zealand, his work in business. And and just I'd just like to say thanks to all the friends and family out there watching, and thanks for coming along. It's great.
Well done,
sixth
mate.
Position in the championship now, Martin Turner. So, looking forward to the next few rounds. We got Virginia and Okayama coming up next 2 weeks.
Yeah, a couple of tracks I need to put some time in, I think.
I don't think too many people are experienced around Virginia International. Good drive tonight.
Thank you, guys. Appreciate it.
Yeah, well done, Paul. The Mustang looked fantastic there, mate. Great job.
Thanks, guys.
See you, mate.
Mate.
And stuff.
All right. Blake, P2. Congratulations, mate. Well done.
Thank you very much. Yeah.
What happened? Talk us all about it, mate. How was it for you? How was the race?
It was just really good. I was just, trying to keep the car nice and straight. Seemed to burn out the rears quite a bit over all the bumps and the slow speed corners. So, just trying to drive as straight as I could and follow the guys in front and try and learn a bit off them. So it was really good to learn off the guys.
So you were following Chadwick there for a while. Yeah.
Did he speed into the pits? Is that what happened to Chadwick?
Yeah, I think so. I think that's what the boys were just talking about, that speed into the pits, which really sucks for him. It's a real shame. But
a bit of misfortune in the pit stops, but that moves you up to 4th place in the championship.
Fantastic.
Expect to find yourself in 4th place in the championship at this point in time?
No, I really didn't expect to be in 4th at all. I was just hoping to learn a lot joining this series. It seemed to be, I watched a lot of videos of it and seemed to be really close, clean racing. So I thought, jump on board and try and learn as much as I can. And it's been amazing. And did not expect to be this far up.
It's been good, consistent driving. Shout outs?
Yeah, I'd love to thank Kinetic Motorsport, Kinetic Industries, Wodonga Karts and Parts, WK&P Engines, and LGK Karts Australia. Massive help to me in the sim racing and my go-karting. So huge shout out to those guys.
Awesome, mate. Excellent. And the Mustang again looked fantastic out on track. So well done. You thoroughly deserved that P2. You've got to, it's the pit stops are one part of the racing, and keeping on the track's the other.
Yeah.
Well done, mate. It was fantastic to see you up there. So congratulations again.
Awesome. Thank you very much, guys.
No worries.
Blake. And the man, the top of the race and the top of the championship now, Mr. McNamara.
Mr. McNamara, congratulations. P1, second win of the year in the Mustang. How's that feel?
Feels great. It feels great. Did you get a pineapple back? Or
I did, mate. Yeah, I'm just. It's raining pineapple. It's raining pineapples over here at the moment, mate.
No, that was an absolute blast. I've put a bucket load of time in this weekend. So Alex has been chipping away with those pole positions, and he.
It was critical being on the front row tonight, Sean. It really helped you out, and it kept you out of a lot of that trouble that happened behind.
It did. I was kind of expecting a safety car to get called after turn one, but not before it. So I feel for Alex. He just caught the side of Trent there. But that was a chaotic start, but it kind of settled things down a bit as well. So
made your life a little bit easier tonight, and now you find yourself on top of the championship.
Oh, really? Awesome.
6 points ahead, mate. So that's really tightened things up there at the top. It was absolute carnage at the back there, and there's probably two separate start line incidents there where people are involved. I'm sure you'll enjoy the replay. You always do when you win it. So have a look at that. It's an absolute cracker. But shout outs, mate, for yourself.
Yeah, look, certainly. Mental blank. Jeremy Murphy Photography, Intimidator Race Engines, Velocity Motorsport Magazine, Racing Years, Custom Air Protection, Racecraft, Nationwide Tracking Systems for supporting the series. As always, you guys and JP for doing a stunning job, and all of the series sponsors hovering across the top of the screen, I guess. But yeah, and just a quick one for Chadwick, driving one-handed.
Unbelievable, yeah.
And he missed his pit lane speed limit. I feel gutted for him because he was absolutely on fire all weekend. So bit of a shout out to him. Good
call, mate. Well done, and congratulations, mate. I may not be here next week because I've been raving on about the Mustang, so JP may have me exited out of the building. So we'll wait and see what happens. But congratulations. Congratulations on the win, mate. Well deserved. And as you say, you put the time in. That's the sort of results that you get out of it. So well done, mate.
Indeed. Thanks, guys. Really appreciate it.
No worries. Well, I'll tell you what, that was a hell of a race. And again, big thanks to Nationwide Tracking Systems for their major sponsorship for this series. Brucey Raceware, Track Racer, Dripping Paints Graphic, Race Management Services, Coglit Engineering, and of course, Track Cams for Gourmets. Look, I enjoyed that, Jamie. But I was a bit like you. I think that we were expecting to sort of see a lot more tightness up at the front. But I know if I was Sean, I would have been pretty happy with having a bit of a gap there and taking some pressure off. VIR next week. I like that track. It's fast. It's undulating. It's flowing, but it's pretty unforgiving. It's lots of runoff, but it's all grass. And once you go off, you're gone for miles. So looking forward to that one as well.
Make sure you're watching this time again next week for VIR International. And it'll be one not to be missed.
Absolutely. And congratulations, Jamie. Another brilliant call, mate.
And yourself, Ben.
Oh, you're too kind.
Slapping each other on the back.
Thanks, mate.
All right, we'll wrap it up.
See you, boys.